Here back for another update. Let's take a look at this coin called Algorand, and what we see on Algorand is a three-wave move down going from 2019 down to March 2020. They cut rates during C19. We had a three-wave move to the upside, coming up to this supply zone, rallying by over 27x. So from the bottom, so you see we actually created a supply zone here, and we rejected off of this fair value gap. Okay, so you see this right here, this fair value gap, and this huge gap over here. Okay, we rejected off of that for your B wave. So you came down in a three-wave move for your A wave, up in a three-wave move for your B wave, and then you have a five-wave move to the downside. And look what we do over here. We sweep the March 9th, 2020 low. Do you guys see this? How we sweep it over here? So when you sweep that low, first of all, you have a lot of buy stops located over here, right? And you take those out. You also investor sentiment is in the dirt. When you come down over here, I was actually, when this was happening, I was making YouTube videos on this, and I was showing you guys that investor sentiment was in the dirt over here, and then we had a pop up. So this would be considered your spring, so your ultimate manipulation when max supply enters into the market and this demand gets filled. Okay, don't forget this is our demand zone right here, and then this is our supply zone. So the demand was filled over here. You have a five-wave move to the upside. Right off the bat, you have an impulsive move. And what we have over here is a running flat. So you have a three-wave move down from March 2024 to August of 2024, three-wave move up into December, and then a five-wave move to the downside for your C wave. But your C wave fails to go beyond the bottom of your A wave. You just make a higher low. And then if we take a look at the RSI here, we can see that, let's take a look at this on the 3-day. We can see here that we have hidden bullish divergence. So you see how you have a higher low from November 2024 to April of 2025. I'll make this white so you guys can see, or I'll make it purple. And then on the RSI we have a lower low, and then another higher low on the RSI when we dip down for wave 2, before we come up for a wave 3 all the way to the top of this channel over here, right? So pretty bullish over here. We have hidden bullish divergence, and I think we're going to move up to the 78.6% fib at the supply zone. So that would be sitting at around 149 up to 229. Probably see a little bit of a retrace there, and then see one last push up to the 1.618 before a brutal bear market going into 2027. Now, when we take a look at this on the linear scale, what do we see over here? Well, we see the Livermore speculative chart. So let me just remove all of these drawings here so you guys can see a little bit more clear. And if we look over here, just put this down a bit, you see how the price is oscillating back and forth, right? You have a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the wave that comes after the 1, 2, 1, 2 is the explosive wave that takes you to these retracements right here. Okay, 50%, 618, and 786. Now, what you can also do is take a fib. Watch how this lines up. Take a fib from the December high in 2024 down to the low in April, and look where hold on, let me see here. Let me just make sure this is accurate. Okay, like right there. Now, you see how this lines up over here? The 3.618 and 4.236 is right there. Right, so you'd want to ladder out, boom, boom, and boom. Right, it would be smart to ladder out right here. Okay, these are the fibs here. Okay, because there's no guarantee that we'll have this fifth wave. You see what I'm saying? Right? There's no guaranteed in crypto. So the conservative and smart thing to do would be to ladder out here, not financial advice. So this is pure Livermore speculative chart. This is what it looks like. Okay, you see you just oscillate in the beginning stages. And this is exactly what Doge is doing. I'll show you guys my Doge chart. You guys see? I'll show you. You see? Livermore speculative chart. And Algo is doing the same thing, but it's just at the lows. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys love the content, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord. And so you can connect with me one-on-one. You get access to over 350 assets. And you guys can ask me any question you want. Peace out. Take it easy. See you guys in the next one.